they concede to that? Are you joking me? Are you joking, bro? I'm at 2 life. Hello everyone, it's your favorite destroyer of aggro players. I'm the Control Guy, and I'm back with another video for you guys. It's been a week, pretty much, since I uploaded. But I'm back, and you guys are still the best viewers on the platform. Really love you guys are amazing. So, let's get off to making some content, because I am off for the next 3 days, so I'm gonna record at least one time this video. I'm gonna try to get a legacy video in there for you guys. And then if I'm feeling a little extra, I'll try to record some other content, some other like format, but we'll see. That might not happen. But other than that, hey, we got 3 days of making content here, so I hope you guys enjoy. That being said, let's jump right into the first video. I have to hurry with this. Apparently, Arena is going into maintenance soon, so if the video cuts out, my bad. Alright, so quick deck tech today, because we have not much time. Today we're playing Jeskai Control, but we're not playing Flage, we're not playing anything like that. We're going to play Land Hate real quick. We're going to play basically just like with the format currently being Chromox, Black Dark Ritual, you're dead. Our idea is we hope that our opponent stumbles for the first 2 turns, and then we lock them out. That's as simple as that. So we need powerful 1-drops. So that's why you have this the hero, big hero 6 over here. We have 3 Ragavans and 3 Tamiyos. Powerful must answer 1-drops. If you don't answer them, we will run away with the game. So basically, you want to be slamming a powerful 1-drop every game. If not, fine, but like you really want to. Then we have the regular control stuff. I don't need to explain counter spells and removal spells to you guys. We got Wrath Disguise, a board wipe package. Yes, it's a number with Ragavan, but that doesn't matter because by the time we're wrathing, we don't care about Ragavan anymore. This guy is only here for the early game and sometimes for the like actually just winning the game in the end. But the big deal of our deck today is we're playing Blood Moon and a mana base that supports it. That's a lot of basics, as you can see. We're playing like just a few tech lands. We have only 1 red source in the entire deck. So to make up for that, we have to play a lot of fetch lands. We're playing, we're not actually playing too many more than usual. We're playing 9 fetch lands today. The idea is you open a hand with fetch land Ragavan, and you can just fetch for Steam Vents, play Ragavan, and that's it. If you don't have to do that, if you don't do that, you can just fetch a Steam Vents later and play Blood Moon. The idea with Blood Moon is that we are trying to make it so that our opponents just can't play the game anymore. Unfortunately, though, most decks in the top of Timeless right now don't really actually care about Blood Moon, which is unfortunate because, see, the black decks that are ramping out stuff with Dark Rituals, they have Chromox now, so they don't care about Blood Moon. The blue deck of the format, Show and Tell, they only need 1 island, and they play Lórien Revealed, so they need 1 island, and then boom, they can just cast Show and Tell off of 1 island and win the game. And then, do I need to explain why Boros Energy doesn't give a about Blood Moon? They were literally playing that card on their own until they realized the One Ring is stronger. So yeah, many decks right now don't really care about Blood Moon, but you can still get some people. Like, Blood Moon still color screws people sometimes. Like, I've played against a person who had a lot of Rakdos lands, and then I Blood Mooned them and all their black spells weren't castable anymore. So that's a thing you can do. Obviously, you might be asking, Control, where's the Spell Pierces, man? Why are we not playing Spell Pierce? It's the cheapest counterspell available. I don't like Spell Pierce. I just think it's a bad card in Timeless. In other formats, it might shine, but in Timeless, I just think it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna get turn 0 comboed, if you're on the draw and they go Chromox, Dark Ritual, Sorin, you're dead anyway, even if you had the Spell Pierce in hand. But if you have Spell Pierce and the game goes long, it's just a useless card. I think for Control to like be actually like top tier in Timeless, we need just Force of Negation or Force of Will, and that's just not going to change until we get those cards, really. You can play Subtlety maybe to hopefully Goldfish against a Sorin, but if they just go Dark Ritual Necropotence or Dark Ritual Goblin Charbelcher, you're not winning that. Like, quite frankly, you're just not winning that. So as for counterspells, you just have to pray that they don't turn 1 you, and if they turn 1 you, you just die. That's just how it goes. So yeah, that's just Timeless right now. That's how the meta is. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's okay. I don't think Control has to be the strongest deck in the format at all times. I think it just has to be it's fun when it's a viable option. And honestly, Mana Drain One Ring is still super broken. Like, people are just sleeping on the fact that Mana Drain is just a completely legal card in Timeless. This card isn't fair. Like, I don't know. I feel like obviously because we're all doing turn one things, it's like if it feels like control is too slow. But if you've ever been locked out by a control deck, you understand why control might not be like. You understand why Wizards might not want control to be the best deck in the format if they're trying to push their game, if that makes sense. So yeah, obviously I enjoy making people miserable, but that doesn't mean that the majority of the player base enjoys that. Anyway, that being said, that's pretty much the deck. That's all it really is. It's just Ragavan and Blood Moon in a one-ring blue-white control deck. That's literally it. We have one red source. Ragavan obviously makes treasures, so we're fine once we hit Ragavan. And once the Blood Moon is in, all of our fetch lands at Mystic Sanctuary become red lands as well. So that's it. You could probably add a Flage to this deck and be safe, but I don't want to do that. I want to win with Ragavan. I just want to win by exiling the top card of their deck every turn and casting their spells. So let's jump right into the games. Alright, we go first. We have no turn one threat. But we go first. Going first is very strong. Like, you can, like, a hand like this is unplayable on the draw against the Lurrus deck. But when we go first, it's probably okay. Let me just remind myself what Surveillance we have in the deck. We have only one? So we have the only Surveillance in our deck is in our hand. It's fine, we'll lead on it. We will lead on it. I don't need another Brainstorm though. Alright, now let's see if they are a blue Lurrus deck or a red Lurrus deck. They are in fact a red Lurrus deck. Okay. So we're gonna see like Guide of Souls. Yep. Alright. Oh, that's a Ragavan. So now here's the cool thing about this deck is that I'm gonna make them make a choice. Do they want to give me do they want to give me a Ragavan trigger, or do they want to just block? But if they block, then this was effectively a 2-mana removal spell, which I don't mind. And they go for the block. Bear in mind, if they don't block, they're running the risk of me having a removal spell in hand. I'm happy with Ragavan just being a 2-mana removal spell against their Guide of Souls there. I'm totally happy with that. Like, now they'll play, like, I don't know, maybe like a Najani or Ocelot Pride or whatever else they had in their hand. Yep, Ocelot Pride. With no follow-up, that's great. So now I can Teferi, bounce the Ocelot Pride, send it back a whole turn. And here you can see, like, their game plan was to, like, bank off of this Guide of Souls, but they had to block Ragavan. It was just too much of a threat. So now they're, like, in this weird situation where they replay their Ocelot Pride. Like... Alright, now I could either slam a ring, or I could Brainstorm for some action. If I slam a ring, they still get tokens off of my Teferi, which is a little bit sketchy. I think I'm gonna Brainstorm? I think I'm gonna Brainstorm. Okay, I found a Tamiyo, I guess. I can... it's not great. It's not great. I don't have anything in the graveyard. Let's put one of the Tuna Narratives away. Let's put the island away. Let us... Do you know what? I'm gonna fetch... It sounds crazy, but I'm gonna fetch Plains. And I'm just gonna Brainstorm again. Blood Moon, Mystic Sanctuary. Not great hits off these Brainstorms. I was hoping for like a, you know, a Swords to Plowshares, a Wrath of the Skies, Prismatic Ending, anything, Solitude, but unfortunately we didn't really hit. That's okay though, that happens. We're gonna put back this, and then we're gonna play the Tamiyo out. We're gonna cycle for an island with Lórien Revealed. If they don't find land 2 though, we're still in a very good spot. Static Prison, what are they gonna prison? Tamiyo. Okay, they want to hit me. Or do they want to hit Teferi? What's the plan? Okay, they want to hit Teferi. Okay. So they get a cat on end step, but they're still obviously very like gated on mana, so we should be able to do something here if we draw something good. But okay, there's the Source of Plowshares. There we go. That's what I thought. Okay, so we can like completely lock them out the game with Blood Moon here, but they still have a 1/1. I'm gonna draw a card. If I lock them out the game with Blood Moon, I actually kind of like that. They might have red cards in hand that are like gated though. But I like them not having access to white. I kind of like that. So I'm gonna source the Plowshares, they're also a lot of pride. And I'm gonna Blood Moon. Bang. I'm just gonna draw a card because I can, why not? Okay, we have a Tamiyo for next turn. So they awkwardly have a mountain now. They can't really cast anything with, and they're already mana screwed. So we might just lock them out the game here. It's not okay. They found the land, but now it's a mountain. So obviously they can use their red cards, but they can't actually cast anything white or black. And they are the 3-color build, I would presume. I mean, we've not seen a red. Oh, there, yeah, they do have red cards. So they Amp Raptor here. They hit a Thoughtseize. That's okay. It's not great for me. Actually, they can't even cast it because of Teferi. I forgot that Teferi completely screws Amp Raptor because you can't put spells on a stack with Amp Raptor. Well, let's just say that was good for us because we get to resolve a One Ring now. That would have definitely been taken by Thoughtseize. Ragavan. Can't dash Ragavan here because if I dash Ragavan, they'll just block with this. But I can't play them both out. If I play them out, now I'm blocking their creatures pretty well. So yeah. They're still mana screwed, obviously, because Blood Moon things. Let's see what they do here. Teferi is gating Amp Raptors. And they're just, you know, looking to what they want to kill. They want to kill the Tamiyo, that's interesting. They probably want to attack Teferi here, that's probably their plan. Because Teferi, obviously, stopping Amp Raptors is stopping the only way they can cast spells. I'm actually willing to kill Ragavan here just to keep my Teferi alive, because that's how good Teferi is at the moment. They have their own Ragavan, that's fine. Their own Ragavan would help them get like out of the Blood Moon because it makes treasures. So we do need to find something. We find a Ragavan, which obviously I will cast, I guess. I could have cast the second Blood Moon, but I don't think that's necessary. Paying the energy. Have another mountain. They probably full attack Teferi here. That attacks my face. And then those two attack Teferi. Okay. Okay, I think I want to keep Teferi alive here and just mana drain whatever they cast off of the Ragavan. So I'm gonna keep Teferi alive, get rid of their cat. Because I'm drawing 3 off the One Ring next turn. Found a Solitude, they can't really cast that anyway. It's fine. I wouldn't have been able to cast that either because I actually don't have my second plane, so I'm fine here. Bowmasters. Yep, mana drain. Yep. Sucks to be gated on colors, doesn't it? Another land. Lost Teferi. Kill some cards. Back up the ring. Teferi dies here, which is a bit unfortunate. Well, presumably Teferi dies. I don't think he makes it out of this turn. We might obviously hit something off of this ring to stop that, but... Another ring, okay. We'll cast that next turn. For now... I guess we just keep putting islands into play? Cast another Blood Moon? Teferi dies here, which is a bit unfortunate, but... It's annoying that they get to hit me with Ragavan here, and that they still have enough energy to free this Tamiyo, for this Tamiyo to not be freed this turn. So they're gonna hit... Oh! They fell for the bait and didn't hit me with Ragavan. That's interesting. I guess I have conditioned them to, you know, doing that because I kept beating their play. Just gonna draw some cards here. We're just One Ring flooded here, but being One Ring flooded isn't necessarily a bad thing because you can just, you know, bridge a lot of time. You can bridge a lot of time just casting One Rings and drawing cards off the One Ring. So we're just going to keep doing that. Now we get our Tamiyo back. This One Ring is going to flip this Tamiyo if they don't kill it. They have 5 mountains in play. Wrath of the Skies. We're going to attack with Tamiyo. Blue. And then in combat, I'm going to flip her to a Planeswalker. We found a Prismatic Ending, which is really nice. And we found a Solitude. Even though Solitude doesn't really do much. I'm gonna pending the... Now here's the question. Pending the Ragavan or pending the Amp Raptor? I don't think I'm pending anything yet. I'm gonna cast a backup ring. Draw the card off of that. Brainstorm. Okay, not useful yet. I think I'm gonna pending the Ragavan. Because that is what gets them out of this, somehow. If they can get out, it would be a Ragavan. How many rings are left? I don't think I have any rings left. Okay, I don't have any rings left, so I shouldn't go too crazy drawing with this ring. Because if I do, I might die. I'm not going to kill Tamiyo here. I will Brainstorm though. Okay, that's a source of Plowshares. That's fine. We're basically just looking for our second plane so that we can hardcast Solitudes. Let's pass a turn. I'm not going to draw off the ring anymore. I don't need to. I have Lórien Revealed. Oh, they found this one. That's going to be helpful for them. They don't attack. Well, if they didn't attack, I can hold this swords. Plus Tamiyo. I'm gonna hardcast Lórien. Again, just looking for that plains. Obviously they have a Bowmaster, but that was so predictable that like that's why I didn't kill the Amtraptor. And they can only have one because they're color screwed. The Bowmaster token is irrelevant. It can't damage us because of Bowmaster token can't damage us because of Tamiyo Plus. And I'm at 8 cards in hand. Tamiyo's gonna draw half my deck next turn if they let me. So they can't let me do that, even though I don't need to draw half my deck because I only have 60 cards left in my deck. That attacks, that's fine. Chthonian Nightmare. It's a little bit annoying. I'm gonna draw a card and try to hit a counterspell. I'm actually going to draw off the One Ring to try hit a counterspell, because I don't want them to have this. There we go. Don't want them to have that. That's too good. Because that's going to flip Bowmasters in and out of play. Ouch. What's in my deck? I have a Teferi, a Wrath, my Plains, Supreme Verdict. Okay, I'm going to draw off this One Ring. Okay, I found my Plains. That's good. Gonna cast Teferi. Bounce the ring. Running out of deck here, but I found my second plane, so I'm fine. Gonna recast the ring. Let's see. Plus Tamiyo. And then discard, I'll just discard a bunch of lands. I want my Solitudes because I need to attack them to death. Discard a bunch of lands. What else can I discard? I can discard this? No. I'll just discard the land. It's fine. Don't need all these lands. I have protection from everything, so I can't take damage this turn. This Tamiyo is just preventing damage. Dash Ragavan, that's fine. Are they gonna try and kill Teferi? Is that their plan? Okay, 1 at Teferi, 2 at Teferi. Okay. That's fine. Actually, no, I do want to kill Ragavan, because that Ragavan is dashed. It will go back to their hand. I don't want it to go back to their hand. There we go. Okay, and now we just win. slowly but surely we will win here. I'm gonna draw another swords. Gonna minus this Tamiyo to get back a mana drain. That was the plan all along. The Bowmaster. Yeah, that's fine. Hit my face. I guess I can pump a little more mana into this. Pump 6 into it. I'm only going to use 2 energy, but I'm going to pump 6 into this. There we go. Wipe their board. Pull up mana drain. Another Amp Raptor. I'm just going to counter that. Oh, I drew another mana drain. That's good. Minus Tamiyo again. Get mana drain back. I will have to go to discard here, but that's fine. I'm going to just discard 2 in the narrative. Don't need it. My goal here is to just hardcast Solitudes. That's all I want to do. I have a mountain. My turn. Hardcast Solitude. Toss Tamiyo. Attack with Solitude. Amp Raptor. I'm gonna mana drain. Hardcast Solitude. Summon 0. My turn. I drew another mana drain.
Wait. It's all Ohio?
Get that mana drain. Attack with Solitudes.
Always has been.
2 more turns for my opponent. I have 3 counterspells. They are very heavily mana gated, and they die. So that's the function of this deck. So as you can see, we just beat Mardu Energy. Obviously, Mardu Energy not as resilient against Blood Moon as Boros Energy, because obviously they operate on 3 colors. These are probably all black spells or like white spells that they just can't cast. Actually, yeah, these are probably all white spells that they just cannot cast because, you know, Blood Moon. I didn't need 2 Blood Moons in play. I put 1 into play just in case they top decked planes into Static Prison. But yeah, I'm imagining these are like Static Prisons and Ajanis and just cards that they can't cast. The game plan there very quickly became stop their Amped Raptors and stop their Ragavans, because those are the only cards that let them play through the Blood Moon, because Ragavan makes treasure and Amped Raptor casts spells from exile. So yeah, pretty simple story here. Their Luris is just stuck in their hand. They can't cast it for the whole game, and they're just dead. As you can see there, Tamiyo is actually quite strong even when she's not ulting. Just returning a counterspell every turn is just very strong. Like, that's a very strong thing to do, especially when you're beating down with Solitudes, and they just see here that they have no way of winning. They're just gonna die in 2 more turns, and there's just nothing they can do. So yeah, GG. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Arena now has achievements and titles and stuff, so pretty cool little side quests you can do. I just unlocked the achievement of pay 200 life as a cost over any number of games. How was I paying life? Oh, with fetch lands. Interesting. But yeah, give me that. Give me that. So you can work towards some. Some of these are actually quite interesting. Win a game with a life total of 1 or less, which is very funny. But some of these are actually hard. Like, if I go back to color achievements, like, your go, this one is actually hard. Like, win a game where you only cast spells on your opponent's turn, and all you get for that is some track progress. Do you know how cool it would be if I got, like, a title that's called Your Go because I did this? I mean, to be fair, like, no hate. I think this whole system is already very cool. It's very well made. But I feel like they should just add more titles, if that makes sense. And yeah, there are like, achievements that you can... there are some achievements that just give you titles, right? Which is, like, nice. But I wish there was, like, more, like, nuanced titles where, like, yeah, Your Go, dude. Because no one's gonna complete this realistically in like a powerful format. Like, how? Anyway, that being said, let's get back into the games. Alright, we go first. Going first is obviously, as I said before, very strong. This is what I was explaining earlier as well. We have Fetchland Ragavan, so that means we can just get our one-off red source and just play Ragavan on turn 1, see if they have an answer. They probably do, but if they do, they wasted their turn 1. And the whole point of this current format is making your turn 1 as impactful as possible. So, yeah, here's my turn 1. If you have to waste your turn 1 answering my Ragavan, I'm so happy with that. So yeah, that's cool. We might even top deck an untap land for mana drain. That would be great, but if not, that's alright. Alright, Swamp, Nethergoyf. Okay, they have the Nethergoyf. We will cycle this for a Hallowed Fountain. Shock in that Hallowed Fountain, and we will Prismatic Ending your Nethergoyf. And then attack it with Ragavan. Advantage gained. Ooh, Detective Phoenix. Oh, we can bestow this already. That's funny, actually. Yeah, screw it, I'll do it. I'll do it. That's a funny, like, thing that we just did. That's actually pretty nice. I like that. I actually really like that. That's actually pretty funny. The Lórien Revealed being collect evidence 6. So now even if they kill Ragavan, we still have a Detective Phoenix in play, because that's how bestow works. If the enchantment would fall off, it becomes a creature instead. Let's see what their play is. They have fear of missing out. That's funny because our Ragavan has flying, so it doesn't actually care about fear of missing out anymore. Let's attack. Hit him for 4 with Rag. Exile a card off their library. Free draw with Mishra's Bauble. We're just getting a little lucky here, I won't even lie. I did just give him Delirium. That is fair enough. What I can do here is I can... But just... If I get a Surveil land and then to the narrative... They're playing heavy on basics though. That's interesting. I feel like they could be playing Blood Moon. I'm gonna Surveil because I want to find a removal spell for this fear of missing out. Don't need another Tamiyo. Didn't find it. That's fine. We'll just hold up mana drain. Found another Ragavan. Okay. They're playing heavy on on basics, which makes me think they might play Blood Moon. Now this blocks Ragavan. I think I counter this. This sounds crazy, I know, but I'm gonna counter it here because I don't want them blocking Ragavan. It sounds weird to counter Dragon's Rage Shamla with your mana drain, and they just have another one, so we're punished a little bit. But I don't know, I feel like that was the play. Now we're looking to draw board wipe, quite frankly. Draw another mana drain. That's not great. That is not great. Okay, we don't have a way to draw cards, so we're just gonna attack. They probably block. Be weird of them not to block. Alright, Ragavan down. We get a Phoenix. We will play Tamiyo and Ragavan. I'll hold up mana drain again. I'm countering that. It's just a big play, I'm just gonna counter it. I can't let them get any tempo here. They get double attacks here. At least I get to see what they target, and obviously they're gonna target Nethergoyf. If I give them the Phoenix back into their graveyard, they can bestow it with their Overlord. So I don't really want to do that. Tamiyo blocks this for free. Let's see if they attack me again. Or if they hold back a blocker for Rack. They just attack me again. Okay, cool. I'm gonna actually do this. Because that's okay. I get a 1 ring. That's interesting. And I can just cast it. That's really good. That's good for me. That is in fact good for me. and I can put a Counterspell on top. Do I want to put a Counterspell on top, or do I want to flip Tamiyo? Flipping Tamiyo actually isn't even that good this turn, so I think I'm gonna put a Counterspell on top. Let's draw it. Let's see what hit off their library. DRC, sure. That blocks maybe. No, it doesn't, because we don't have Delirium. It doesn't have to block though, because we have protection from everything. We're very low though. We have to worry. We have to worry about being low. If they want to detect this Phoenix, that's okay. Again, we are for everything right now, so it doesn't matter. Another Goyf, that's fine. We're looking for a board wipe anyway. Oh. Uh-oh. Might not be able to play more after this. Might be a short video. On a white source. That's a bit awkward. Let's attack with Tamiyo. There's no point attacking with Dragon's Rage or Ragavan here. They block. Tamiyo flips. Yeah, we drew source of Plowshares. That is definitely something. First combat main phase. We're taking a lot of damage from our ring though. I don't like that. Let's draw one card here. See what we find. Oh, thank the Lord, man. Thank the Lord. Okay, so we're gonna break our clue token, but that's so fine. That's so okay. Use this for a white. Use this. This costs 3. So we actually want to pay 1 additional mana into this. Sure. Oh, we got the Surveil? Interesting. I completely forgot that Darnay's channel has that text. So grow, land into the graveyard, go up to 3 energy, wipe the board. Let's clear everything. Okay, we're going to potentially 1 life in our upkeep, but that's okay. We do have to find an answer for our own ring though. That might be a little bit stressful. See what they do on their turn, obviously. If they go for like a Nethergoyf escape, I think that's fine. They don't have a lot of mana values in their graveyard right now. They have thingy Pyromancer they could probably bestow. We're very low. That's our only problem right now. Okay, they get back a Nethergoyf. That's fine. I'm gonna get that resolved. They get back another Nethergoyf, or are they gonna bestow? Nothing. Just pass the turn. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna Swords the Nethergoyf to preserve life total. Tamiyo can regrow swords here, but we are in a little bit of a pinch because we need to find something off of this ring. Either another ring or a Teferi. Okay, Teferi is good. Let's do Teferi first.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
They concede to that? Are you joking me? Are you joking, bro? I'm at 2 life. What do you mean you concede? That is not a concession moment. What? I was actually so worried that I'd lose the game there, but like, they just concede? We'll be at 2? Okay. You're the boss, man. If you want to concede, bro, go ahead. I don't care. I'll take it. I'll take it. Very interesting deck they have there. I wonder if they are actually on a Blood Moon build, because they have a lot of basics. But yeah, they're playing like Rakdos Delirium, which is very interesting. I usually see people at least add green to the deck for Malevolent Rumble, but it's not necessarily I don't think this shell is bad. I think this shit actually has legs. Like, it looks decent. Obviously, there's like faster Rakdos aggro decks, but they make very big creatures very fast. They make like they had a 5/6 flying Nethergrowth in play. That was not bad. So yeah, I think we won this game simply because we had a Ragavan on turn 1. Like, just the turn 1 pressure of Ragavan, and your turn 1 doesn't answer my Ragavan, I just take over the game. I think that's literally how we won. And that's what this deck is really trying to do. The Blood Moon is like extra, like, icing on the cake to like lock people out, but the real way this deck wins is just have Ragavan on turn 1. And I've done this before on the channel, just Ragavan in control, but I feel like we're just in a meta right now where you just need a turn 1 threat, and if you don't have one, chances are you're gonna lose. So yeah, that's just how it is right now. Alright, we go first. We have Fetchland, Ragavan go. I mean, I won't even say that this is rigged, but going for, like, when you have Ragavan in your deck, the game makes you go first. So this is obviously just a great hand once again. It's just like, we don't have a counterspell, but like, that doesn't matter, because like, we're just gonna be able to like put a Ragavan in play against a Lurrus deck, and then their turn 1 is completely ruined because they have to remove our Ragavan, and then we just get to play a control game after that. So yeah, if they don't remove our Ragavan here, like, their turn 1 is just screwed. So we're probably facing against a blue Lurrus deck this time, which is very interesting. I always like seeing blue Lurrus decks, they're really cool. But yeah, they have a Bauble. They all me, so they know what I'm drawing next turn. And then, well, they have a Fatal Push. Yeah, they have the Fatal Push for Ragavan. So that's their turn 1 done. Meanwhile, I get to now just play a control game. Flooded Strand and play pass. Like, I'm a control deck. Like, I don't need to have a turn 1 threat, but if I do and you waste your turn 1, I don't care. So they're gonna see... They're probably taking Blood Moon here. Like, chances are they take Blood Moon. Chances... Because if they don't take Blood Moon, I'm casting it next turn. But if they don't take Teferi, I'm casting Teferi next turn. So not a great thought seize for them here. They see 2 really bad permanents for them that they need to deal with. And obviously, if they're playing like Spell Pierce, they will get me here. But I think we're still in a decent spot, even after Spell Pierce. Because the One Ring is also something they just can't beat. So they need to decide here. And they'd probably take Teferi? Yeah, okay. So here's the question. Do they have the Spell Pierce? They might. If they do, that's good for them. Fetch. Fetching basic island at Tamiyo. Okay. Sure. That's just a Blood Moon, right? That's just gonna be a Blood Moon, right? Or do I kill that Tamiyo? Do I care about that Tamiyo? Or will I just win the late game anyway? Let's draw a card first. Source of Plowshares. So I have that Tamiyo answered after, and they're a blue-black deck. They're not dealing with Blood Moon, so let's just Blood Moon them. Let's just Blood Moon them. Take them off of black entirely. They just have the Swamp in hand. Okay, that's fair enough. Well played, man. GG, you drew well. They just have the Swamp, so good for them. What's their play here? Vista is gonna be a... So I could try and One Ring here. If they had Spell Pierce, why wouldn't they have tried to Spell Pierce the Blood Moon? Or are they confident that they win through Blood Moon, even with Spell Pierce? If I let them have another clue, that's actually quite bad. But if I have a One Ring for that, that makes up for it. I think I'm going to go for the highest upside play and just cast a One Ring. If they have the Spell Pierce here, they just beat that. That's fair enough. Bowmaster. Okay, Bowmaster's fine. I don't care about Bowmaster. Oh, I don't mind that. I have pro everything. I'll draw a card. I'll do another island. That's good. So next turn we can kill their Bowmaster, draw some cards. Sounds good to me. Demonic Tutor. That might actually be tutoring for... That, unironically, might be tutoring for a basic. That might unironically be getting a basic land here. Or it could be getting, like, a, answer for Blood Moon or something. But if they answer Blood Moon, I'm out of my own Blood Moon. So I have my planes if they answer Blood Moon, so I don't really care. They could also get a Brainstorm, potentially. We'll see what they get here. Brainstorm. So that was probably Demonic Tutor for Brainstorm. highly likely. Or if they have the basic land, then maybe they Demonic Tutor for... If they had basic land and Brainstorm, they could have Demonic for Spell Pierce, but that won't be... Tamiyo was better off as a clue generator for you, in my opinion, because I'm just gonna Prismatic Ending it. Like, they have for everything, mate. That's not gonna work. Best draw here will be a Flames. Okay, another removal spell. I'm just gonna kill Tamiyo now, because they got no value out of her. Then I'm gonna pass the turn. I'm not gonna draw into this Bowmaster right now. That's just stupid. I have Swords to Plowshares in my hand. Bolt sees me. There's 2 Plowshares in there, so I'm not gonna get both. Unless they have, like, Surgical. Oh, okay, the game wants me to hop off. I get it. That's a mountain. And now they're just gonna be gated on colored mana. Alright, let's see how this goes. Now, they could have the counterspell for the swords here. And if they do, that's good for them. I just have to go for it, though. I ask you a question, and you answer by tapping your blue source. Don't ever trust the shuffler, man. Don't trust the shuffler. Well, there goes their Bowmaster, so I can now draw cards freely. I drew another sword, so that's nice. Get to get rid of their threat here. They buy Lurus. They can't cast Lurus, so... Yeah, let's draw some cards.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
But
if I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't.
And they're just dead, dude.
Like,
they're just so dead. And this is what I mean, right? I present you with a turn 1 threat, and you now have to waste your turn 1, the most powerful turn in the format, to remove my threat. So if we're on the play, we basically just win every time if we have Ragavan in opening hand and can cast it, right? It's just like the tempo shift of them having to waste their turn 1 on my stuff. Like, here's the thing. We don't have Force of Will. We can't counter things on turn 1 or turn 0, right? We can only counter things on turn 2, right? So on turn 1, I cast Ragavan. You have to waste your turn 1, and then I untap into turn 2, which I can now cast Counterspell and Mana Drain. Like, is that not just how to do it in the format right now? Like, that's what you have to do. You just have to make it so that your turn 1 is so strong that the opponent can't keep up. Because if Ragavan sticks, they're dead. Like, right here, you're going to see how Ragavan is going to tear them apart. So, I'm going to actually either... I don't know if I keep this one ring or if I reset it. Let me actually see. If I dash Ragavan, I have a land drop still. Yeah, I can dash Ragavan, have a ring, and still have 2 mana available. Because I get the treasure off Ragavan, right? So, they're cooked, man. It's over for them. And they're so gated on mana because of the Blood Moon, right? The Blood Moon is like the lid of the pot. Like, this closes it under the over the Ragavan that went under them. So, if they just had regular mana here, they're fine. They have their mana drains in hand. They have their, like, not Lórien Revealed, but they have their, like, blue spells in hand that they can fight back with, right? If you just have a Ragavan, it'll just get answered, and then boom, then the opponent will just play Magic again. But the Blood Moon on turn 3, after having a Ragavan on turn 1, it's like, it's cast Thoughtseize, took Teferi, and said GG, because... If Teferi or Blood Moon resolves, they're not winning this game. And that's just how it went. They even had both their basics, and it just wasn't enough. Because they're so gated on colored mana. Like, these are all grey lands to them. They don't do anything. But yeah, like, that's just the philosophy behind this deck. And I'm glad I was able to show it to you 3 games in a row. And we are back for the post-game chat. And this deck is straightforward. Like I said in the deck tech and in the games, it's just straightforward. It just does exactly what you need to do in this current meta. I don't say I like this. Look, I'm a control player. I much prefer like the grindy games of like it's turn 12 and you finally stuck your Uro after they've been removing it every turn, and you're now attacking them to death slowly while you're making zombie tokens with Field of the Dead. Look, I prefer that type of game too. But unfortunately, the format right now, and this is not just a timeless thing, this is a legacy thing as well. The format right now is just turn 0 or bust. Like, the game is decided in the mulligan phase. I just think that's kind of boring, but that's just how the format is. So, to answer that, look, if you don't have any answers, if there just physically aren't any answers in the format, you have to start being the one asking the questions. Like, Ragavan asks your opponent the question, can you deal with this on turn 1? If you can, you wasted your turn 1. If you can't, you lose. It's as simple as that, right? Just like how Chromux Dark Ritual Sorin asks the question, do you have Force of Will? Oh, you don't because it's not in the format? You lose, right? So yeah, obviously, unfortunately, you didn't get to see me be on the draw with this deck. But on the play, this deck slams. On the play, this deck is absolutely crazy good. I think it's really nice on the play. Because you have Ragavan and Tamiyo, must answer threats that if they don't answer, you either attack them with Ragavan or Brainstorm with Tamiyo. On the draw, it's a little harder, I will say. Just don't go running or crafting this deck because I'm selling it so much. This deck is very much still just a control deck. It's not going to be the best in the format. If you want to, like, go crazy, play either, if you want to, like, win up to Mythic, play Oopsal spells or mono black Sorin. Like that's pretty much, those are the two good decks. Like mono black Necro and Oopsal spells are the best decks right now. Unfortunately, I don't like that, but that's just how it is. Oh, Boros Energy is also very strong, and obviously Show and Tell is a very stable, strong combo deck. But turn 1 is the way right now in Timeless, and if you have a turn 1 threat, you're doing good. So do I love having to put Ragavan in my control decks? I don't hate Ragavan as a creature. I think he's fine. But me personally, I prefer long games. And games with Ragavan are pretty much decided on turn 2. Like, if they haven't removed a Ragavan on turn 2, or they just put a creature into play that you just remove with one of your removal spells, like, they just lose. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Not a big fan of the current format. I wish we at least got Force of Negation in like Aether Drift or something, like as a special guest card. I wish we at least had Force of Negation to, like, you know, answer turn 0 combo decks. I don't know how Wizards is okay with having turn 0 combo decks on Arena, but they're not happy with having 0 mana counterspells. That doesn't make sense. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. All I can do is keep complaining, I guess. In the sideboard here, you see one Harbinger of the Seas. In an earlier build of the deck, I was playing Harbinger, but I was losing too much to Show and Tell, because when you turn everything into islands, they just cast Show and Tell off the islands and win. So I wouldn't recommend playing this, but anyone who saw that little thing in the corner was wondering what it is, that's just a Harbinger of the Seas I was testing earlier. I think 2 Blood Moons is the perfect number, because you don't want it every game, and you don't want it in your opening hand. You just want to find it after you've kind of put some pressure on them with Ragavan and Tamiyo. And that's pretty much the deck. It's just Ragavan, One Ring, Blood Moon, Teferi, win the game. And that's it. Let's open a pack and end the video. I know I said open a pack, we're going to open 2. We have an Aether Drift pack and a Modern Horizons 3 pack. Let's start with Aether Drift. Let's see. So we got this thing, Memory Guardian. Affinity for Artifacts Flying. I've seen this played in, like, I've seen people play in, like, Legacy RM Affinity. Obviously, being an artifact creature and being a 1 mana 3/4, it's like, it's a decent aggro card, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's very strong, because obviously you can't ever cast it for free. But yeah, what is this? Sky Serpent Seeker. Flying Death Touch. Exhaust. Reveal cards on top of your library until you reveal 2 land cards, put land cards into the battlefield. Tap with a bottom. That's such a weird ability, but obviously these are all commons on commons, they're not really going to see play. Let's open our rare. We got the max speed Soul Land, but you need to be max speed for it to work. I don't think this card is going to actually ever see play. But I will say, one thing that I realized is that when you have start engines, so when you have speed, if your opponent cracks a fetch land in your end step, it will still let you advance a speed level, even if, like, they did it on end step as you've already passed priority to leave your turn. It's because speed says it says that it increases once each turn if your opponent when an opponent loses life. So the speed goes up as they lose the life. So it doesn't matter when they lose the life. As long as they lose the life during your turn, the speed will go up. So speed is kind of a cool mechanic that stops your opponent from fetching during your turn. However, I think the payoffs for max speed just had to be stronger, because, like, man, like, it's so long to get to. It's 4 turns at minimum. 8 turns in total, 7 turns in total, 4 turn cycles, because it only increases on your turn. If speed could increase on your opponent's turn, that would be really cool, but that's just what it is. Anyway, Modern Horizons. I'm pretty sure I've collected every single good card in this set. I don't think there's any more good cards left for me to collect. That being said, that's my 4th Flage. That's my 4th Flage. I haven't had 4 Flages this entire time. I've been lying to you. But yeah, now I have 4 Flagers. We'll see if I want to make a 4 Flage deck eventually. Probably not, because I don't think Flage is a card that you need 4 of in your deck, especially not in control. But yeah, good card though. I can't say Flage isn't a good card. Flage is arguably my favorite card from the entire MH3 set. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Pretty much it from over here. I'm gonna probably work on a legacy deck that I want to play. I don't know if I'll be recording that today or tomorrow. We'll see. Depends on when my loan account gets, reimbursed. Unfortunately, there is no open applications for creator programs, so I will be having to pay for decks on Legacy, so that's going to obviously slow down the Legacy content because I can't always afford that. That being said, I am very excited to play more Legacy, and obviously I have the whole idea where, like, Legacy is always going to release in the same week as a Timeless video, so you guys aren't... So all you people who want to see Arena still get to see Arena. I'm gonna try and not make it so that a Legacy video is the only video for like 7 days. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a very quick, gotta go fast, timeless video. Yeah, the system's literally going to go down for maintenance in like 10 minutes, so I gotta go. But yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed. You guys are amazing. Any suggestions or anything you'd like to see again, just let me know in the comments. I read all of them, heart all of them, respond to all of them. That being said, I'm the Control Guy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I bid you all farewell. Peace.